I can't hide the fact that that really upset me.
He purposely knocked me.
Someone was like, I'm going to find where you live and I know where you go to uni. Hi, my name's Brianna and I support Arsenal.
My name is Leah and I support Ajax.
Hi, I'm Mariah. I support Arsenal FC and the England national team.
My name's Naomi and I support the champions of Europe, Chelsea.
So most memorable for me was 2014, Robin van Persie Flying Dutchman goal in the World Cup against Spain. The goal was incredible. I remember absolutely losing it and just shouting like, that's how football is done.
Probably in person, I'd say going to my first North London derby. That was amazing, just feeling the atmosphere.
I think it was 2015 with Aston Villa, and I remember going to the parade when we won. It was a great day. It was really summery out as well, and I was just like peak Arsenal.
I'm sure you can guess it's probably the 29th of May 21 where I got to see Chelsea lift the Champions League trophy in Porto. It was an experience that no one could ever take away from me, or I could even describe how I felt that night.
There was a survey done by Women in Football that concluded that 2/3 of women who work in football experience sexism. I thought that was very disheartening to read and just indicates that a lot of work still needs to be done.
I feel like there's a lot of men that don't seem to understand that it's actually okay for us to know what we're talking about with football and to actually enjoy football, to watch it, and I think it's a stigma that really needs to be addressed.
I also think one of the issues for the women's players is that people highlight their mistakes a lot more on social media, and we see sort of players in the Premier League do the exact same thing, so there's definitely a double standard.
I was out in Prague a couple of years ago for an away match in the Europa League. I was standing in my seat and a boy turned around to me and said, "Oh, is your boyfriend taking you on a weekend away?" And I can't hide the fact that that really upset me, and I just thought, who are you? I didn't see you when I was in Belarus watching Chelsea. I didn't see you in Kiev. Who are you to say to me that I can't go and watch my team play and support them?
People think that I don't understand it just because I'm a woman. I'm watching it because I fancy someone, or I'm watching it because my boyfriend's a football fan.
I think I had an opinion about a certain football player, I don't remember, and someone was like, I'm going to find where you live and I know where you go to uni, and I just thought it was really scary at the time. I know that it happens to a lot of other women in the game, which does bother me quite a lot.
And I think there's certain nerves for, oh, what's going to happen if we win, and there's certain nerves of, oh, what's going to happen if we lose, I think there's always the kind of nerves that you have of, is this going to be a safe environment? And again, when I was reading about the report that was done by Women in Football, it said that only 12% of cases were actually reported. I guess that comes back to a lot of it being, this is just banter, it's fine,
If you go into the pub on your own and you're female, men can get leery. So I'm always worried about what if they're physical towards me. I could be hurt, a friend could be hurt. But then also being black, I'm always worried about the slight racism type thing, being black and female, I've got two things against me really. Male fans just need to stick up for female fans. It doesn't take much to go, calm down mate, there's no need for that. That's so simple and so effective. When people go, that could be your sister, that could be your mum. Think of that person as someone that you wouldn't let that slide.
Just lay off the comments that they wouldn't give to their peers or give to men in general about football. You can respectfully disagree without making it about the fact that I'm a woman.
I think for male fans, listen to women's experiences, especially if they are different to yours, and take that on board, and then talk and discuss it and talk to your male friends as well. And if you do see any kind of behaviour that's unacceptable, I think male allies will be incredibly important in this.
I just think if you've not got anything nice to say, just don't say it. You don't have to make someone feel like they don't belong somewhere, because at the end of the day, everyone's there for one thing, to watch football.
I'd say hire more women in prominent positions, offer coaching and mentoring.
Maybe the promotion of women's teams a lot more, better funding for women's football teams. In America, women's football is followed a lot more over there, and it would be great to see that here. Nobody can ever stop you from enjoying football. Nobody can ever take that away from you. I would say especially during the Euros, we saw a lot more women get interested in the sport, and I'd say stay. Don't just sort of go away because the tournament's over. Definitely stay for the Premier League season and get involved.
For female football fans, the game belongs to you as much as it does to anyone else.
Keep being a fan, keep supporting. You belong in that space and don't forget it. Don't let anybody else take you out of that space because football's for the fans.